Hello, everybody. Welcome to our weekly live show. I am excited to host this session today to share with you the 5 most important KPIs for a musician entrepreneur. If you are new to my world, welcome. I'm Fabiana Claure, pianist and business strategist for musicians. I'm the founder and CEO of the Musicians Profit Umbrella, a global business mentorship program that helps musicians build, grow, and scale their businesses online so they can transition from being burned out and overwhelmed musicians into really becoming visionary, empowered, and profitable, prosperous CEOs in their music business. Welcome. Let me know where you're watching me from if you're tuning in today. And let's dive right in. So, this is something that I really feel is so important because these 5 key performance indicators, this is a term that is used a lot in the business world, right? When we talk about KPIs, key performance indicators. These are the things that when we think about how can we make our business succeed, what are the things we need to be looking at and measuring? Ultimately, the key performance indicators are the things that you're going to be able to look and measure and aim for as a result of everything you're doing in your business. And let me tell you, there are so many things to think about when we're building our businesses, right? If you're watching this, I'm sure you can relate to this. Like we have to worry and work on our own, program. We have to work on so many elements, working with our team. If we have a team, improving our own brand. Like there's so many things that it's on any given day, it can feel overwhelming when you're not really sure what are the things that are the most important, indicators that my business is thriving and that I'm in the right direction. So today we're going to distill it all for you really quickly to give you the 5 most important things that you need to look at when you're trying to assess the performance of your business, right? And once you see this, you're going to realize how actually, if you focus on those 5 things, whenever you're feeling overwhelmed or just like in this place of like, there's so many things I could be doing, like these are the things that are going to make it doable. They're going to make it feel like it's actually not that hard. My goal is to simplify this process for you so that you don't feel so daunted by this and overwhelmed, right? And hopefully by going through this, you're going to feel like, okay, as long as I'm keeping an eye on these 5 core markers, I should be in good shape. So let's dive right in. The first pillar that you're going to want to be focusing on as a way to measure your progress and to measure whether or not you're on the right pace in your business is content. You're going to want to say, am I creating value? Am I bringing people into my world in a way that gives them an opportunity to build trust? Am I deliberately sharing my message? Am I connecting in a way where people can see not just my accolades or credentials or evidence of my capability, but also can they see my humanity? Do they have a way of understanding who I am as a person? What are my values? What are the things that I am able to connect and contribute to the services that I provide that ultimately are what make my value priceless, right? So looking at what are the ways in which you are showing up online. Are you building content on a regular basis? Are you creating content in a way that speaks specifically to the people you want to attract, right? Not generally, but really specifically. Ultimately, this is what it's all about. Your content is what's going to draw people to you. We live in an age where content is king. And if you want to bring people into your world and attract them on a recurring basis and create that predictability and profitability in your business, you need to be creating content. So looking at that as the first indicator, are you building content regularly? Are you putting things of value? Are you writing a blog? Are you maybe creating a podcast? Maybe you have a book that you're writing or want to release. Are you writing daily content in short forms in your social media? Do you have a newsletter? Do you send out emails? But it's looking at it from like, what is the output that I'm putting into the world right now, right? So that's the first, key performance indicator that you're going to need to look at, content. The second one is conversations, right? Are you talking to enough people in order to be able to bring them into your programs and really enroll them into your offers? If you are just putting content, but you're not having conversations, if that content is not drawing people to you in a way that allows you to be interacting with them directly through conversations, through connection, then that's a very important part that's going to be missing. And it's probably why you're not seeing the results that you want to see. So are you tracking the amount of conversations that you are having every single day, every single week? Are you setting that as a marker to even measure, right? You want to be tracking how many conversations are you having? What is the quality of these conversations? How many of these conversations are resulting in an enrollment, right? Tracking those metrics. Am I having 10 conversations to get one person to enroll, or does it take me 5 conversations to get one person to enroll? Are you having the right amount of conversations, not just to enroll people, but also to research your ideal client, to understand what's at the what is it that they're looking for, and how can you create better offers and communicate better about your messaging so that they feel compelled to follow you, to become a part of your community, and eventually paying clients, right? So number 2 is conversations. And then number 3 is, are you building the enough visibility opportunities for your business? Meaning not just creating content to the people who are in your world, but are you, proactively putting yourself in front of new audiences, right? Are you looking for perhaps exchanging audiences, platforms with other people? Maybe you are being invited to be on other people's podcasts, or maybe you're doing a guest written post in a different, publication, in a newsletter, in a different website. Are you actively seeking out visibility opportunities to help bring new people into your world? And why is this important? Because if all you do is pour out content in the way that just kind of like, let's hope that people see it, but I'm not really sure like where this is going, or worse, I'm just sharing this content for my existing audience, only posting in my social media, for example, and not really bringing in new people into that social media, that is going to be a problem, right? Because there's only so much you can do with the existing audience that you have. You need to be looking at ways to open that up, to be bringing in new people into your world on a regular basis. So can you measure? You can do this through advertising. You can do this through guests presenting in other people's communities. Always be looking for visibility opportunities. That's the third one. The fourth one is really looking at your financial margins. This is something that the more you can be on top of your financial numbers, how much money are you bringing in and how much of that are you able to keep, right? Because it's not enough to just be bringing in the revenue, but you also need to know what is that looking for you in terms of expenses and how much are you actually able to keep at the end, right? And to be very aware of the expenses that you are making in your business and always second guessing those, asking yourself every single month, are there any things here that could go potentially? Are there any expenses that I could remove so that my profit margin increases, right? Knowing what your current profit margins even are, right? Being committed to knowing your numbers. And if you're not wanting to do all of it, then finding people to support you, finding people who can advise you, who can be on top of that and report back to you, right? But making the commitment to being in touch with your financial results, with your reports, with your profit and loss statements, just committing to being financially literate enough to understand what is going on from a number standpoint in your business, right? And not being afraid of asking questions, asking about things that don't make sense. If there are charges that you're looking at, you're second guessing, always, you can even call your vendors and potentially negotiate better rates. Don't just look at your financials and just assume that what you're spending in needs to stay that way. Always second guess your decisions every single month. Am I really spending the way I should? Are there any opportunities here for me to reduce my spending? Looking at that very proactively. So financial margins, that's the fourth one. And the fifth one is really looking at your existing offer and at your existing clientele and your existing client experience, right? It is not enough to be outpouring content, to be looking for visibility, to have effective conversations, to be bringing in people regularly, to enroll people successfully. You also want to be looking at your existing clientele, the existing offer that you have, and mapping out that customer journey in your offers, in your business, right? What are they going through? What are the ways that you can potentially over deliver, exceed their expectations so that you can give them even more value and help them get better results faster? Because one of the best ways to grow your business is by retaining your existing clients. In fact, it is a well-known business, knowledge, business, principle that it is much easier to retain an existing client and to potentially, up level them into the next best version of your offers, right? Than it is to find someone brand new. So are you methodically measuring the progress of your clients, the journey that they're going through, looking for opportunities to improve their experience to help increase your retention, right? That's one of the most important key performance indicators that you're going to need to deliberately commit to tracking. Because if you're tracking that, then you'll be able to feel that you have something that is sustaining on its own, and not that you have to always be bringing in new people to keep your business going, right? So just to recap this training again, one more time, the 5 most important key performance indicators for musician entrepreneurs are: number 1, content creation. And by the way, when I say content creation, I want to emphasize that your creative output counts as content creation, meaning, this is a training for musicians. So anything you're doing in terms of musical works, albums, concerts you're giving, maybe you're writing music, you released a single, or you have an exciting, new creative project, you're maybe organizing a festival, anything that you do that elevates your credibility and visibility as a creative, as an artist, counts towards that content creation, because that is going to draw people to you and help reinforce your brand and what you stand for and who you are, and what brings, like, why your perspective is so unique to the work that you do. Remember, people are going to come to you because of who you are, not because of what you do. So reinforcing that artistic side of what you do is very important part of that content that you're creating, right? So number 1, making sure you're very deliberate in tracking your content creation. Number 2, tracking conversations. How many people are you talking to on a regular basis, and how many of those are actually enrolling into your offers? Number 3, making sure that you are tracking your visibility efforts. Are you actively seeking new audiences? Are you looking for places to present your perspective, to share your work, to bring people into a new opinion, a new way of seeing things that they may not have been exposed to because they haven't been in your world? Making that a very deliberate key performance indicator. Number 4, looking at your financial margins. What is it that your business is generating right now? What are you spending to generate that income? And how much are you actually keeping with you after all of the expenses are paid? So being very savvy and aware of your profit margins so that you can make better decisions around what to reallocate, right? And number 5, your client experience. Tracking the results that your clients are having in your program, looking for opportunities to optimize your services, the delivery of your services. Anything you can do to enhance your client experience will only help you with retention, with creating goodwill, with building amazing testimonials, having people so excited that they refer other people to you. There's just so many countless benefits of focusing day in and day out on the client experience. And I hope these 5 things have helped you. This is what I have. There's so much more to talk about, of course. But I want to give you these 5 things for you to start working on this and really focus on how you could exceed your own client expectations. And hello, Emily. Hello, Gordon. Thank you for commenting. Welcome, welcome. So one more thing I want to share with you as we are wrapping up today's session is that if this resonated with you, I actually have a half-day strategy intensive that I'm going to be presenting next Friday, November 18th. And we are going to be diving into the overall strategies of scaling your business with simplicity, how to remove yourself more from the day-to-day parts of working in your business so that you can work on your business. This is a completely free, half-day strategy workshop with me that you can register. Ideally, this is going to be for musicians who have an online business, who have a business, and who want to figure out how to grow it without having to sacrifice their quality of life. So if that's you, you already have your clients, you're working with people around you, then I want to invite you to register. This is a completely free opportunity to be up close and personal, where I'm going to be mapping out the most important strategies for you to remove yourself from your business and to be able to work more strategically without having to be doing all of the things in your business. We're going to be talking about strategies for growth, strategies for optimization, and ways in which you can finally figure out what are those most important activities that you should be focusing on as the leader of your organization. Even if it's just you right now, or if you have a team, how can you figure out what are the most profit producing activities, and how can you, in a way, put those things more in an autopilot sense so that you can actually grow your income without having to sacrifice more of your time, any quality of life, personal time, family time, all of those amazing things. So if that's you, I want to invite you, just click on this link, fabianaclaure.com/discovery. And I look forward to seeing you in our strategy day on Friday, November 18th, a week from today. So thank you everyone for watching. Let me know what your biggest takeaway is from this training. I'd love to see your comments. And also, if you have any questions and you would like me to talk about, what is the next thing you would like for me to talk about in our weekly show next week, also let me know. We're always, monitoring these comments and look forward to being able to continue adding to these important topics that we all need as musician entrepreneurs. Thanks for watching, and let's prosper together. Go sign up. I'll see you next Friday. Bye.